Hi you guys, welcome back to Kirshner Farmstead. If you're new to our channel, my name is Kirsty, and today we are going to be talking about the plants that we are going to be hopefully putting into our winter garden this year. All right, let's get started. So first of all, we are going to talk about arugula. Arugula is a staple in our garden. It is a huge volunteer everywhere. It pops up it's almost a weed, to be completely honest, but it is so delicious, and you can use it in fresh salads. You can use it on pizza. There's all different types of ways that you can use arugula. We really do like it here. And it is also hardy down to 6 degrees, so it pretty much lasts, it lasts year round here. We are in zone 8B, by the way. Okay, so next up is going to be beets. Beets are hardy to a light frost. They do not create as big of bulbs during the winter as they do during the summer, and a lot of people actually just purely grow them for beet greens. But we are hoping to get a decent crop. We planted 4 different varieties, and we are going to be testing to see which ones do good in the winter versus the spring here. All right, so next is going to be broccoli. Broccoli, to be completely honest, does have a lot of pest issues. So you can use neem oil, you can use diatomaceous earth. Just make sure that you do not breathe it in when you are dusting it, and make sure that you do not get it on any flowers because it will also kill pollinators. But just be warned that broccoli, while very hardy and a great winter staple, is very can be very pest ridden. Okay, so next is going to be Brussels sprouts. Now, the reason that I have plants here is because we have a hard time starting Brussels sprout plants where we are because it's so hot, and we don't have a climate controlled greenhouse to keep them in cool enough while they're growing. So we do buy starts of Brussels sprouts. They are very hardy, and they actually get better after a frost or a light snow. They get like almost sweet compared to bitter. Okay, next up is going to be cabbage. Cabbage, again, also like the broccoli, has several pest problems, especially cabbage worms. Okay, so again, you can dust with diatomaceous earth or spray neem oil. You can also just pick off the cabbage worms and feed them to your chickens. Trust me, they love them. But this cabbage is a great winter crop. It is very hardy, and it likes cold, just like the Brussels sprouts. Okay, so next up is going to be carrots. Carrots do great in cold weather, and again, most of the things that we are talking about, of course, will do better with cold weather, but there's certain crops that do much better with cold weather, so carrots and Brussels sprouts both actually do get sweeter after they've been through a frost. Okay, so carrots are going to do really well with cold weather. They're going to get sweeter with the colder weather, and in most areas you can actually leave your carrots in the ground until you are ready to harvest them, unless of course you have a pest problem and you're worried about gophers eating them. Then don't leave them in the ground, but that is a possibility. You can also pick them and store them in sand. If you in buckets of sand in a root cellar, they do really well like that too. All right, next up is cauliflower. Cauliflower can be kind of a hard plant to grow with the blanching of the leaves and everything, but it is a delicious and hardy winter staple. And make sure, just like with the broccoli and the cauliflower, that you have pest control with it, because it will absolutely attract pests. Okay, next up is celery, and this is going to be our first year attempting to grow celery from seed, so we are pretty excited about it, actually. We couldn't find any in the stores, and I've done quite a bit of research, so wish me luck. It should be good. It is hardy, but it can be prone to bolting even in the cold. So I have a friend, Becky, I've talked about her on my channel before. She grows Utah celery every year, and that is what I got, and hopefully I will have starts for her also, because like I said, we couldn't find any starts this year. So yeah, wish us luck. Okay, so our next one is going to be collards. Collards grow so well in cold. I think that they are hardy up to 6 or 10 degrees. I'll have to double check that. They do so well in winter, and they can even handle snow. They are a winter staple, absolutely. Okay, so next up is garlic, you guys. Try to source your garlic now because it is going fast in many stores, okay? Make sure that you decide if you want a hard neck or a soft neck, and get your garlic as soon as possible. You need to get it into the ground for next summer's harvest. Garlic is such an easy crop, and it is obviously amazing in both culinary and medicinal purposes. So you definitely want to get garlic into your garden, and once you have it, you can save cloves and just plant them again next year. So you'll have a forever supply, hopefully, as long as everything goes well. Next on the list is kale. This is another one that our garden grows bountifully, okay? Kale we have literally had snow sitting on top of our kale, and it still grow. Once the snow melts off, the kale just keeps on growing, okay? We have Russian red kale. This is red ursa kale, but we have Russian red kale out in the garden, and it is amazing. I'll do a little clip of it. It's already starting to grow out there, even in the heat. Okay, so next is going to be lettuce. Lettuce is, of course, a fall and spring staple in the garden. You can have your fresh salads, but it is not hardy below freezing, okay? So you got to get your lettuce in to the sweet spot when it is cool and not hot, but not too cold, okay? So make sure that you start your lettuce as soon as you can, and just succession plant all the way up until you can't anymore. So next is going to be radishes. Radishes are a great fall crop because they have such a quick growing season. You can produce several crops of radishes in one fall season, just as many as you can eat pretty much. Plant, and then a week later plant another row, and a week later plant another row, and that is exactly what we will be doing this fall. And we are hoping to have a bountiful radish harvest, but it all depends on, they are prone to bolting. So if you have a heat wave come through, it's possible that you'll lose all of the radishes that you have, okay? Because as soon as they bolt, they're not good. They won't bulb, and if they are already bulbing, then they will get woody very fast. Okay, so next is another plant, strawberries. Okay, you guys, so we're pretty excited about these. We are going to be planting our bed of strawberries, and the reason that we're planting in fall is because it gives the plants the chance to establish throughout winter, and then in spring, instead of putting the time and energy into root growth, they're putting the time and energy into fruit growth. So we have really high hopes for these strawberry plants. We just went and picked them up today, and we will have a video on these coming out next week. All right, next up is spinach. Everybody loves spinach, right? Spinach is amazing, and it is hardy down to 20 degrees Fahrenheit, okay? So you can pretty much have spinach all winter, even if it snows. If you just put a bucket or something over the top of it to keep the snow off of it, you can keep harvesting your spinach pretty much all winter. Okay, Swiss chard. I cannot say enough good about Swiss chard. We have had Swiss chard as a staple in our garden for 10 years now. We don't even plant it anymore. I don't even know when I bought these seeds, to be completely honest, because it just reseeds itself. I'll do a video clip of how much Swiss chard that we have growing in our garden currently. So it's a biennial. It will go to seed every other year. And what I do, honestly, is I have Justin go out with the lawnmower, and we literally mow down the Swiss chard, and then it just grows back again. So we never don't have Swiss chard, whatever time of the year. Even last year during the crazy snowstorm that we had with tractors rolling in and out, and everything, I am not kidding. The first thing that sprouted out there was Swiss chard. Even in the tractor tracks. It's so funny. I'm sure that I have some out there that I can do a clip of. Okay, and last but not least is going to be potatoes. I know that a lot of people do not think about potatoes as a fall crop, but it is absolutely possible if you are in a semi-warmer climate, okay? So what you are going to do is you are going to plant them up until about mid-September. So if you want to do it now. And then you are going to harvest them around Christmas, and they're called new potatoes. Okay, so the potato plant is very hardy. It can deal with freezing and frosts, but the potatoes, the tubers will be smaller. Okay, so they're not going to be quite as big, as you won't have as big of a harvest as you would in the summer. But to me, it's worth a shot to get with the price of potatoes right now. We just got a 50-pound bag of potatoes for $34.99, which just seems crazy to me. But anyways, I have high hopes for our little potato patch out there. I really hope that it does well, and I hope that we are harvesting new potatoes at Christmas. All right, you guys, if you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share with your friends. And if you want to see more videos about this, let me know in the comments below. I am going to have a video on as many of these things as possible. Okay, so going into the garden right now is the heart of fall planting season, and we are at it almost every day out in the garden getting stuff ready. And I hope that you enjoyed this, and I hope that you will like, subscribe, and share with your friends. And as always, have a blessed day. Bye.